Hi, I'm going to read the story 6 Dinners a Day, Highland Adventure by Inga. Sid ate no fewer than 6 dinners a day. He wasn't called 6 Dinners Sid for nothing. He lived with 6 sets of owners in 6 houses, and was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pythagoras' place. Apart from eating 6 dinners, his 6 dinners, there was nothing Sid liked more than going in and out of his 6 houses. Most of them were fairly easy to get into. Others were a lot trickier, requiring a good deal of skill and agility. Sid's owners would watch in amazement as he leaped from one window sill to another like a nimble mountain goat. As from climbing, Sid was a natural, and he could always get himself out of a tight spot. He could always get himself into one too, as we are about to find out. Like most people, every year Sid's owners went on a holiday, but one year there was a problem. For some reason or another, everyone wanted to go at the same time. Who will fit Sid? They said. They couldn't send him to a cattery because at catteries, having 6 dinners wasn't allowed. The people that working there were very strict about that sort of thing. So in the end, Sid's owners decided that they would all go on holiday together, taking Sid with them. And when holiday time arrived, Sid was put into a traveling basket and taken to the station to catch the train. Now predict what will happen next. I did hear lots of wonderful predictions. Sid had no idea where he was going, but he hoped it would be more or less like Pythagoras' place, which was funny because in one way it couldn't have been more like Pythagoras' place. And in another, it couldn't have been less. Sid's owners had rented 6 wooden cabins in the Scottish Highlands. Sid soon felt right at home. Then he went into the forest to explore. He hadn't gone far when a voice in a tree said,
"Halt! Who goes there?"
"Sid," said Sid.
"Well, hello, Sid."
Down from the tree jumped the biggest tabby cat Sid had ever seen.
"My name is Jock,"
he said, "and this is my forest." Jock, who was a Scottish wild cat, offered to show Sid round. As they went along, Sid told Jock about his 6 dinners.
6 dinners a day?
Said Jock.
My.
Jock said in the forest you could have as many dinners a day as you liked.
Of course,
he added. You have to catch them first. And he took Sid to a Highland stream. Swimming in the water was Sid's favorite food, fish. Jock showed Sid how to flip one out with his paw. But instead of flipping the fish out of the water, Sid flipped himself right into it. Splash! So Jock took Sid down to the lodge, and there, lying asleep in a pool was a lobster.
You'll catch that right enough,
said Jock. But all Sid caught was a big nip. Howled Sid. As if this wasn't bad enough, when Sid chased a rabbit, and the rabbit ran down a hole, so did Sid, and he got stuck. How those rabbits laughed at Sid.
Oh well, I suppose you're only Siddy Cat.
On top of a crag there was an eagle's nest. Jock said his favorite food was eagle's eggs. At least he thought they were. He had never had to climb up to try one. Sid couldn't think why the nest could looked no harder to get to than the skylight in the roof of number 2 Pythagoras place. So Sid decided to show Jock what city cats were really made of. Come on, Jock, he said, and he led the way up the steep crag. They were almost at the top when, oh dear, the owner of the nest stopped them. The night mother eagle swooped on down to defend her eggs. Sid managed to hide, but Jock was not so lucky.
Help!
He cried as the eagle grabbed him. Did he slip or did he jump? Sid never knew. Sid took a swing at the eagle, but somehow he found himself on the eagle's back. The eagle dropped Jock, and with Sid on bored, she flew up into the sky. She twisted and turned and looped the loop, trying to fling Sid off. Sid was in an extremely tight spot, but he had been in tight spots before, and he managed to keep a cool head. No matter how hard the eagle tried to flick him off, Sid hung on. He waited until just the right moment. Then, when the eagle was close to the ground, he jumped. Sid knew exactly how to land, so he was not hurt. Phew, said Jock. That was a near thing. Well done, Sid. You city cats are not so bad after all. Jock saw Sid back to the cabins. Goodbye, he said. Enjoy your 6 dinners. But with all that fishing and hunting and climbing and flying around in the fresh Highland air, Sid had worked up quite an appetite. He wasn't sure if 6 dinners enough tonight. It was just possibly he would have to find himself a 7th. Now there was a likely looking camper van. Bye.